Jesuit College Preparatory School of Dallas is proud to recognize Joseph V. Hughes, Jr. from the class of 1971 as the Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. Born and raised from humble beginnings in Dallas, Joseph V. Hughes was Catholic educated for most of his life. His parents instilled in him the importance of sacrifice and servitude, qualities that were reflected in their willingness to use commissions from side jobs so that their son could have the opportunity to attend Jesuit. Hughes' servant experience at Jesuit started in the late 1970s as a member of the Alumni Advisory Committee. In 1982, he was named president of the Alumni Board. Hughes began his first stint on the Jesuit College Preparatory School Board of Trustees in 1988, a role he reprised several times over the course of 4 decades. Joe and his wife Holly have been guided by the importance of giving and the philanthropic sense to support the causes they care about. There is a special place in their hearts for Jesuit, and that has been demonstrated through a generous and sustained spirit of giving to the school. The family's namesake adorns Hughes Hall, one of the most prominent and recognizable spaces on the Jesuit campus. For over 40 years, Joe Hughes helped guide the growth of Jesuit Dallas with a sparkling record of service and benevolence that has literally transformed the space in which our students learn. His extraordinary spiritual and civic leadership has created a legacy modeled as a man for others.
Joe and I have been friends forever, and Joe will tell you, at Jesuit, he wasn't captain of the football team. He wasn't a straight A student. He wasn't the most popular, but like everybody else at Jesuit, he got it in his heart. When he left to A&M, I didn't know I was going to A&M the last minute, and he took me along the way and showed me the ropes. There's so many things Joe's done right. Most people don't know he was one of the first civilian yell leaders in A&M's history. And they talk about Joe and what a great guy he is. And we're a lot alike. Not that we're great guys, but we both married up. And you can't say Joe Hughes without Holly.
Well, from the time I first met him, I knew that Joe had a very strong affinity to Jesuit. It was interesting because he remembered all of his teachers, and he remembered the subjects, and he remembered going out on field trips with them. And I compared that to my high school experience, and there was none of that. So it was clear that the Jesuit spirit was really part of him to the core.
I think my dad's love for Jesuit stems from his roots of learning to be a man for others. He's raised my brother and I in a way to serve and give back to the community, and of course I learned that back at Ursuline as well. But he's lived his whole life being a man of God and a man who wants to serve the community and help others, which I really aspire to be.
He definitely cares about the people around him. He does a lot of stuff in terms of charities and organizations and helping people out.
You know, Joe started out as an accountant, and then he kind of got a job working for the Cowboys owner, and then started his own company, and then started his own accounting company, and then his own oil and gas company, and then he's built this huge, successful business. But at the end of it, Joe's done it right from day one. Joe always gave. Joe gave when it wasn't easy to give. And, you know, I think that says a lot for him. It says a lot for Jesuit. And I think that's for one of the reasons he's that way.
I think my dad continues to support Jesuit because I think he still thinks he's a student there.
I've had the privilege of knowing Joe for quite a while, though I know he's going to say that I taught him. I did not teach him here at Jesuit. He already had graduated long before I started working here at Jesuit. When I think about Joe, and I know this would be embarrassing to him, I would consider him to be sort of our St. Peter Favor. You know, Joe is quiet and does a lot behind the scenes, but he's very hard on himself.
All of the people that I meet who went to Jesuit, that's a bond that's stronger than any other that I've seen. The concept of men for others really becomes part and parcel to who they are. It's not a phrase or a motto or, you know, something you go rah-rah at a football game. It's really part of them. So I really admire the way the Jesuits take that concept and implant it in the young men in a way that it grows throughout their lifetimes. And I've seen that with any number of people that we're still in community with who went to high school with Joe or went to Jesuit at some other time.
And he's a great example of when we say that formation never ends. So that, you know, when you're done, we say, well, what about the profile of the graduate at graduation? You know, that in some ways maybe that's a little bit of a misnomer, because it's not just at graduation, but really it should be the profile of a Jesuit man throughout his entire life.
Joe, on behalf of Jesuit Class of 71, all of my family, and all of everybody that loves you, congratulations on the Distinguished Alumni. Go Rangers and giggle.
Congratulations, Dad, on your award. Very proud of you. Very impressive award to receive, and good luck on your speech.
Congratulations, Dad, on being Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. Thanks so much for all you've done for the community and for your family. Love you.
I am extremely proud of you. I can't imagine anyone who is more deserving. I love it that you make me laugh, that you soften my hard sides, and that you are my best friend. I love you and congratulations.